One night, in his small, electronics-packed apartment, he starts thinking about how he could finesse the system. A long list of ideas leads him to something: robbing the Hatton Garden safe deposit. On one of his weekly heavy drinking sessions at a local Wetherspoons pub, he meets an interesting character, Brian Reader, also known as the Governor, one of the busiest crooks in the British underworld. One night, he jokingly mentions how using his electronics expertise, he could get himself into the Hatton Garden safe deposit. Brian Reader laughed it off, but deep down, he knew Michael wasn't joking. Reader brings it up again. This time, the two are serious. They exchange what they know about the building. A few beers later, they're both in. But they can't do it by themselves. They need a team, and not any team. Brian the Governor doesn't look far. From the same pub, he recruits 60-year-old career criminal Danny Jones. He adds 65-year-old Terrence Perkins to the mix, another criminal who had taken part in a raid on the Security Express Depot in East London in 1983. The third person he recruits is 60-year-old William Lincoln. And finally, 74-year-old John Kenny Collins, who would serve as the driver and the lookout in the operation. 6 old criminals with one single goal. The crew is assembled. With limited physical ability, they needed to rely heavily on their criminal minds. It was time to come up with the perfect plan. Planning the job at Hatton Garden began in perhaps the most British way possible, meeting in a local pub on Friday nights. During the week, each member of the crew did his own research, asking people who worked at similar places, making deposits of their own, and finding as much as they could about the building's architecture and daily security measures. Every Friday night, they'd share notes and highlight potential weaknesses. A few months later, the plan started to take shape. They had found out that the building's alarm system's records indicated a history of frequent false alarm activations. For them, this was a good sign. This meant that most likely security personnel had become desensitized to it. They'd also found out that the vault contained high security areas that could not be monitored by CCTV or physically checked. The interior of the safe deposit boxes themselves only had one camera that could easily be dealt with. On top of that, the vault wasn't even guarded at nighttime, nor on the weekends. The crew had too many blind spots to exploit. After extensive planning, where everyone had been assigned their role, all that is left now is to wait for the perfect opportunity. 3 years after they started planning, the crew decided to get the job done over the Easter weekend in April 2015. Everyone's on board. It was time to execute.